How you doing, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm back working on the Mini. I'm going to be looking at the battery, seeing whether I can repair it by charging it, and if not, I'll need to replace it. So after lifting the bonnet or the hood and removing the cowl on the left hand side, this gives us access to the battery. So I'll have to remove the ground and the positive cable, which is held onto the battery posts by two 10mm nuts. I'll also have to remove the cowling, but to gain access to that I'll need to remove this 10mm nut here and also one at the back. The battery is also held onto the battery tray with a 10mm nut and clamp. When removing the battery, we remove the neutral or the ground cable first, followed by the positive. Please also wear insulated gloves while working on the battery because you don't want to get any short circuits and damage anything. But this battery didn't have any power in it, and that's why I was able to work on it without the gloves. And now I'll move the battery terminal away from the battery post. And now I'm removing the 10mm cowling nut. I'm just using a normal hand ratchet and socket set because I don't want to damage the plastic. And now onto the 10mm metal bolt that holds the cowling onto the wing or the fender. And now I will remove the rubber strip from the cowling. Prior to removing the cowling, I will need to remove the 13mm nut that holds the windscreen wiper onto the body of the car. And all I'm going to do is just move the windscreen wiper further round to the left to allow the cowling to come out. And I'll just give it a gentle tap with the rubber mallet just to remove the wiper from the splines. All I'm going to do here is just gently pull and tug on the cowling, manoeuvre it around from left to right and up and down, make sure I don't damage anything and pull it out of the way. And what this does now, this will give me great access to the 10mm bolt and clamp that holds the battery onto the battery tray. As you can see, that's a 10mm nut and clamp that pushes down onto the side of the battery and holds it onto the battery tray so that it doesn't move around and come loose while you're driving. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to set up the battery using this charger, and I'm going to try pulse charging the battery first for around 18 hours and I'll see how I go with the charge. I've had the battery on charge. As you can see, the battery temperature is 28 degrees C, we've got 8.4 amps of current and we've got 12.7 volts DC trickling into the battery. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to switch this off and then test the voltage, leave the battery 24 hours and then come back and test the voltage again. Sorry, I've got it on voltage, volts DC, positive lead, negative lead. So pretty much this is telling me that one of the cells in the battery is down. We should have around 12.5, 12.6 volts there after it being on charge for so long. Now for the final test. And after 24 hours, and as you can see, it's 7.2 volts DC after 24 hours, so The battery is in fact irreparable. I'll need to get this replaced. Got my two apprentices here. Yeah, so I nipped out to the car shop and $280 later I got the new battery. All I'm going to do now is just tighten up the bolt here that holds the battery in place first of all. And now I put on the positive lead first, followed by the ground or the neutral lead last. Remove the covers. Here I was having a little bit of trouble with the battery clamp going onto the battery post, so I had to open it slightly. So what we'll do now is I'll just fit this into the OD2 port, and then we'll switch on the machine here, and then we'll communicate with the car and we'll tell the car that we've installed a new battery. Okay, we'll do that now. Okay, as you can see it says register battery exchange. Click on that. Enter battery exchange, same capacity, so it'll be F1. F1. So F1 is the newly installed battery and the original mini part. Yes. So the last battery was changed at 128,000 Ks. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to do a quick scan of the vehicle just to make sure there's not any fault codes there, because obviously the battery's been flat for such a long time. So I'll go to the intelligent diagnosis. Right. And what I'll do is I'll clear these faults. Hopefully they'll clear. There you go, done. What I'll do now is I'll start the vehicle up. All I'm doing now is just making sure that everything works as before, and then I'll run another scan and make sure no fault codes have came back. That's it guys, thanks very much for watching, take care.